Righto, this is the Cobra 2000 GTL, and a lot of people don't mind these. They're a nice setup, and the fact that you get your couple of speakers, and it always sort of was really sort of set nicely with the radio in the middle and the two speakers. But this one we've had to replace a few bits and pieces. So I won't try and kid you. This has had new output, new driver. Even the pre-driver was acting up a little bit, so we replaced that. We've done a couple of capacitors in it. We've had to get a meter sort of working a bit more, and a couple of little bits and pieces, but it's come up as an okay radio. Nothing like spending a few hours on something just to. I did have extra channels in it on the noise blanker and A&L. We reinstated all those, put them all back to standard. So basically, this is a standard 40-channel radio that, as people know, I don't sort of tend to get involved with a lot of the stuff that's modified these days. ACMA are just not being friendly about that sort of stuff, so trust me on that one. It's as honest as I can be. This one comes with the original Cobra mic, which is, kind of getting rare to find with them for sure. Don't mind the levels at the moment. I've got bits of carpet underneath here, and everything's just not sort of fitting properly. But this does sort of sit level normally. Just running out of space here to do everything we need to do. So what does it do? It transmits. We're into dubbing load at the moment, so let's have a look on channel 35. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. Hello, 1, 2. Okay, so pretty good mic gain on these. Good drive. It's probably doing just a little bit above its 12 watts PEP. My meter's a little bit nasty that way at times, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. The only thing to note that we've got this meter to survive here. It was doing a couple of silly things, and we've been able to reinstate that. By the same token, look, it could work for 100 years or a year. Looks good so far. It's been coming up quite well. And actually, just to give you an idea, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, 1, 2. So it's definitely at some stage. You may end up getting another meter for it, but excuse me. At least it's working and doing what it should do. Obviously, the other side meter over here, the modulation only works on AM. Just remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and obviously the SWR and SWR cow works quite okay. All the lights for the lower upper sideband all working, and all the channel digits. Hang on, I'll come around this way. Are working beautifully, which is nice. Nothing worse than having sort of like this one on the 4 missing or something silly. So yeah, but overall, look, it's come up pretty good. This has been a radio that's had to be repaired, no question. There were a number of faults, one that kept me searching for quite a while. But the good news is we've been able to sort of recap a couple of bits inside there. We've been able to, make sure the output's working a lot better. The receiver actually had a little IF fault. This was troublesome, I've got to be honest. And there was a couple of issues that were keeping us scratching our head, and as you can see, pulling out circuits and going through even my I had to pull out my Cobra service manual. Yeah. Keep in mind this is the 8734 excuse me package, which is often changed out to an 8719. This is carrying an 8719 PLL. They would have done that to get their extra channels on the areas over here. As I said, they look like they've been done with a blowtorch. I just cleaned all that up and sort of said, righto, let's just bring it back to a standard 40-channel radio. Receiver performance, pretty good actually. Let's just put some signal into it. Okay, so that's 50 microvolts, just a little bit over S9, a little bit loud. And let's take that down and let's put, actually, we can hear that there at 0.5 of a microvolt. And we can still hear that at 0.1 of a microvolt. So that is working rather well. So got a nice receiver in it. The Cobras will always were good receivers. A lot of people confuse 2000s with 858 chassis, and they weren't PLL 858s at all. They were 8734s or 8719s, and but when you look at the possible age of it, you can presume 858 very easily. The other thing to note too is that the clock functions all work perfectly. You can have alarm on there and radio and turn the radio on, etc., etc. But all those functionalities are there. And of course the frequency display is working beautifully. Now, something this one does have, watch the frequency display, receive on there. Well, that is still working as a transmit, as a variable slide, but as you can see, its distance is quite acute in there, and about 5 kcs that way there. So what else can I tell you about this? The front's average. I've definitely seen better, but I've definitely seen a lot worse. It's not too bad, but what I often suggest with this sort of situation is to do what we've done on just another one I'll show you. I'll just take you over to it. Now, whilst I said, that one's probably halfway along on the scale, here's one we've done with a gamma ray graphics kit, and you can just see it just gets rid of any old marks. But keeping in mind, the radio that we're selling is, 35 years old, I'm guessing, something like that, 30 to 35. But that's how a gamma ray graphics will come up if you decide to spend $40 or so and get one over from the US. Now, back to the one that's going to be sold. Now, as you can see, look, it's not terrible. Would I put a gamma ray graphics on it? Yeah, I would, but that's me. I'm terrible. I just have to. But no, it's not terrible, and it's certainly the speakers I wouldn't do any gamma ray graphics to. They're rather good actually. Actually, both of them very, very clean and quite. And you can get the kits from Gamma Ray Graphics with the speakers, of course. Look, the only thing I would say, if you were going to, even though these speakers are so good, if you were going to Gamma Ray Graphic this area here, then probably to 100% match, you'd need to do the speakers. Like it's an extra $10 to do the speakers, so it's no big deal. But all the lettering on here is pretty good actually. But yeah, just some little marks that might clean out. We haven't got to that stage on this. We're going to be selling this as it is working, and with a couple of speakers with it, and once again with the Cobra mic, which is something that's a little bit hard. Everyone keeps saying put it on eBay, but no, I don't know if I'd be bothered. It's one of those things which I'm not a great fan of eBay, so we'll just see. If you're interested, give us a call. It's come up okay. It's being sold as is. I don't want to give this thing, sort of a year's warranty or anything silly. I'm pretty much I've been over having to do. I had to spend a lot of hours on this, and it's just one that unfortunately came to us that was supposed to be working that wasn't. So I don't tend to keep those. I tend to go, hey, we got them going, and just a person that we won't deal with again, and you learn your lesson. All right, so Cobra 2000 GTL, 2 speakers, 1 Cobra microphone, works on 240 volts, so you can plug straight into Australian power, and yeah, she's a goer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test. She's working well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 73s. Give us a call if you're interested. Once again, as is, it's going to be sold as is. I can't see any fault with it. It seems to be going quite okay now. By the same token, pick it up or have it posted. It doesn't matter. You're certainly free to, if you come here, you're certainly free to give it a test, of course. But once we put it in that box to send it, that's it. It's sold. So it's the best I can do is just showing it working as it is, and trying to give you an idea of what it is that you're buying before you buy. All right, 73s, all the best from VK3CM, JDW229. Please subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.